One thing I always say is work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, then you may be working harder. So let's change that. Download the app, link your accounts where you can manage your income, track your expenses, and project your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download Solo and begin to work smarter, not harder today. Link is in the description. All right, let's get back to it.
All right, let's move on and talk about how Uber turned the profit by screwing drivers and riders.
So I tweeted this yesterday. I'm on Twitter. Please go, I think my Twitter handle is in the show notes. Follow me if you want. There's a really cool, actually, driver community being established or actually growing on X. Really, really good community there. Veterans and newbies alike. So I was sent these 2 trips, and I tweeted this out, and actually it was a thread that I put up. It was like a 5-6-parter on X. Please go check it out. It's gotten really, really good traction so far. And, the anatomy of how Uber went actually gap profitable, not hocus pocus profitable, on the back of drivers in the last 2 years. Well, the anatomy is screw both sides of the marketplace. And, without going into too much detail, this is a perfect example of how Uber accomplished this. All right, so just these 2 trips, same driver. And so on one trip, upfront was $15.40, and that included an $11 surge. So previously, before UFD or before upfront fares, what do we have? We had a rate card. We knew exactly, it was like a meter, taxi meter, basically. With upfront fares, we have no clue how this works. But just on these 2 trips, if you guys focus on the surge, which used to be in addition to the base fare before upfront fares, now surge is a replacement for base fare. Before upfront fares, this trip without surge would have probably come in about that $15 range, Chris, as a base fare trip. And surge would have been plus 11. It would have been $26. Now, what the algos do for a 38-minute, 24.4-mile trip, the algo lowered the base fare on this to $4.40. And where is that money going? So we know on the back end, the rider, $11 sticky surge is pretty high. On the back end, I am pretty sure the rider is getting ripped by 2-3x because they use the multiplier on the back end and they use the flat sticky on the front end. So on the back end, the upfront fares have done this wonderful thing for these companies. What it has done is it's completely separated what the rider is paying from what the driver is getting. So with those wonderful hocus pocus opaque algorithms, this is what the upfront fare looks like. And I bet my bottom dollar that on the back end of this, the rider was charged probably 3x, and the rider probably was charged minimum of $40 for this trip. And Uber's algo said, oh yeah, we're just going to include the surge of 11, and you have to work for 38 minutes and 24.4 miles for $4.40, Chris. And on the other one, it's pretty similar. $9.75 is included, so $14.66 up front, 37 minutes, 22.7-mile trip, and that comes to $4.92. So that's what the algo does now. The algo goes, yeah, there's surge. We're just going to lower the base fare. We're going to include the surge in there. On the back end, we're going to rip the rider a new one, and that's how we're going to be profitable. So people, if you're just really questioning how Uber became profitable and their stock went from 23 to 80 in about a 2-year period, which coincided, by the way, 23 was the low stock price, potentially, possibly the 2 weeks into Uber introducing upfront fares, and that was the low. Now, if you can beat them, join them. Maybe you should have bought Uber stock, knowing where this is going. But this is how Uber has become profitable. They burn the candle on both ends. They screw the rider and they screw the driver.
Yep. Oh yeah, we've talked about that quite a bit with talking about the surge issue and things, but it's always good to kind of rehash that, show, a little bit more, especially when you have that type of surge that's supposed to be attached to a particular ride, and it doesn't look like there's anything involved there.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.